So I want to share a personal experience on a step in production that nobody talks about until something goes horribly wrong. And when it goes wrong, it takes almost the whole team down. My name is Jose Vega and I've been working in the industry as a professional concept artist for over a decade. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about how color scripts work, how professionals approach them, and what happened on a real production when the team leaves that step out or there's some miscommunication during this step. So let's check it out. So there's a couple of things that we always did in we were working on color script. One is I always like to see them really far away and see how, without looking at the context of story, characters, backgrounds, or anything like that, and just looking at the color composition and scheme of each panel and see how those read in comparison to scene by scene, location by location, right? And so, and we look at things like, you know, the type of lighting, the color mood, which like color, like the type of color scheme that there is in the scene, et cetera, and how that changes through the spaces, locations that the character is running through or the camera is running through, and what's happening in the scene, right? And so right now, there's in most cases is almost the same hierarchy of light and dark, especially like when it starts from here, like all the way down. Like up here it's getting pretty cool because it's getting mostly in shadow. It's a little bit more moody, which I think it could be pushed a little bit more to make it more moody, to make it stand out from the rest of the scenes. But after, and even though this is all still like daylight, you can still play with how much of dark, how much of light, and the colors and all that. And so we don't want to make the mistake of, let's say, for example, that I'm looking at this one here in the middle row on the right, and then it jumps to here, and the color scheme is very different. Like you have this very purpley, almost cool lighting, and then here is mostly warm. But I think it's about the same area or same space, right?
Yeah, it's in a different location, but my problem was I was messing with like trying to do maybe a more like limited palette. Yeah. So I was using purples and yellows originally, but then I kind of like tried to do some color balance to quickly adjust the colors to make them feel a bit better. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be a bit more of the like purple yellow or more of the naturalistic colors. So I didn't get time to go back and repaint it with the natural colors. So yes, that's something that is kind of not connecting from point A to point B. Yes.
Right. Again, this is why we do the color schools, right? To test those visuals to see, because we could do a version where it's more the natural color ambience, and then another one that has this sort of purpley looking color, which is kind of cool. And you have that here at the end as well, which I think it could be kind of nice to have it on these three panels and make that transition in here to go from this or outside here to make that transition from the inside to the purpley sort of like color, right?
Awesome. I have a question, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
When you guys are doing color scripts, do you ever just start off with like, you know how you have like a scale, like a grayscale, you go from like a certain value to another value? Do you ever do that with the color script? Like, you know, you're going to want to start from like cool to a warm eventually, and then what that looks like in between, like even with just like squares or like you know, like a palette kind of a thing. Do you ever just start like that and like, this is, I want the tone to be like this, and not necessarily focus, like you said, on the content right away, but then you just kind of nail down, this is the overall color scheme that I'm going for, or the transition of the colors, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. So in most cases, and this is speaking from working on Castlevania, doing the color scripts, in most cases the overall look was determined by the script. So we had, let's say on the script it said establishing shot, outside, nighttime, snowy field, castle shot. So that gives you a lot of, you know, at least some guidelines, you know, to play. What we work from that, it could have been taken in a couple different ways, right? But that was the general spin of things. And in most cases, in most color scripts, it was like that. It was determined by what was happening on the script in itself. Mainly it was a vampire show, so the sun and the nighttime, it was very important. But there were some cases, like I remember on I think it was season 4, there was a big fight scene with Carmilla, and she was fighting a bunch of like demons and stuff, and she was fighting on this room, and there was no specific. It was just like a nighttime shot because there was like a whole war happening in the castle, and she was fighting in this room and whatnot. But the art director wanted to push this whole fight scene like really artistically, and so he wanted to have, since she was fighting a lot of demons, he wanted to have this sort of like red bottom lit room from all the blood that has been spilled. And so we went through a couple of iterations of what that could look like lighting wise, with the red, like really intense red, lighting everything from the bottom. And so that was a sort of like a stylized, artistically choice. And we did a couple passes on that. I did the color scripts on how that would look like on some shots and stuff like that. And then we integrated that with the normal nighttime scene that was happening. So there were some cases that we just had to have those choices and play with them.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
They're also very if you're working with other outsourcing parties on the production, I remember on season 2 there was this scene, very long scene. I think it was like 300 shots or something like that. That transitioned from sunset to nighttime throughout the whole scene, and a lot of stuff it was all in the same location. There was like a whole conversation thing, but it was very long. And I remember we didn't do a full color script for that whole sequence from sunset to nighttime. And when we got the backgrounds from the outsource, they made all of the backgrounds sunset because it started at sunset. And so we couldn't have that because there were vampires and they were talking outside and they couldn't be on the sun. And so we had to redo pretty much half of the whole sequence in a matter of weeks to turn all the backgrounds and make that transition from sunset to nighttime, and then do the nighttime shots after that. So again, that also helps a lot with, other parties working on production. So yeah, color scripts, they are a lot of fun, and it could feel like a little bit of extra work, but it's a really, really important process of the production for not just the concept art team, but also for everybody else in the team that is going to be touching these scenes as well. It keeps everybody on the same page and your story reading the way that it should be from scene to scene in terms of lighting and mood and color. And so if you want any type of feedback like this, feel free to check out my one-on-one mentorship or our group mentorship. The links are in the description box below, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one.